Hello and welcome to this video. This is my full in-depth review of my Logitech 915 TKL gaming keyboard. I've had this keyboard for over 6 months and here is my full in-depth review. Starting with the design, the keyboard is largely constructed from high quality aluminium, steel and plastic, giving the keyboard a high quality and sturdy feel. If you pick it up, you can feel it's got a decent heft to it, giving you that reassurance that it is made from high quality materials. It's got a very sturdy base. The aluminium crafted volume wheel is precisely tensioned, premium feel and control. Soft touch profile and media control buttons deliver tactile feedback for easy, intuitive control. Crafted from premium materials, the 915 TKL combines an elegant look with superior quality. The 5052 aluminium alloy top case joins a steel reinforced base, achieving a light, ultra-thin design, yet strong, durable keyboards. Brushed metal surfaces and allophonic coated keycaps are designed to minimize fingerprints. A steel reinforced base gives the G915 TKL an underlying strength to preserve under the most strenuous use. The 915 TKL features high performance, low profile GL mechanical switches that provide the speed, accuracy and performance of traditional switches at half the height. You can see here and here that the keyboard makes a nice satisfying mechanical sound. There's plenty of travel, which is ideal for playing games, giving you that competitive edge. And there's also not too much travel if you want to use the keyboard for other everyday kind of normal use such as web browsing or YouTube. I find the design and layout of the keyboard to be fantastic. The product looks and feels premium when typing and looking at the keyboard. The mechanical key caps have a good amount of travel, but being a mechanical keyboard, the keys feel responsive and tactile with a lot of feedback. There is a decent amount of travel, which is perfect for gaming, but not too much for normal use for essential tasks like web browsing. Each of the mechanical keycaps are removable, so if you want to switch around the keycaps, you can do. You can take off this key here. You can see that the RGB LEDs underneath, and each key can be, you can take off, put back on just like this. Oh, put it on back to front. And so if you wanted to swap out a button, I don't know why you would want to do that, but say you wanted to swap out, say I wanted to take off the F9, you could put the F9, put the F5 where the F9 is, put the F9 where the F5 is. And now, you can see now that we've switched the keystrokes. I find this feature is really cool, although I don't really use it. Although maybe if I was into my gaming, I would maybe experiment with the removable keycaps. The model includes a selection on the right hand side of 9 buttons such as print screen and page up buttons. There is another model which features an extended set of keys with a number pad, which is slightly more expensive. I'll link that in the description. When it comes to RGB, the Logitech 915 keyboard excels. Each keycap is individually lit, as I've shown you before, by an RGB light. There is great adjustability through the Logitech app available on Mac and Windows. Through the desktop app you have a variety of presets such as wave. Currently we're on the cycle preset, but there are also different waves such as presets available such as breathe, or you can set a static light if you just want the keyboard to be one light all the time. You can also adjust the brightness and you can program, say you wanted the entire keyboard to be blue but you wanted the WASDX, the kind of movement keys like on a game, to be a different colour. You can also do that through the app. The app also shows you how much battery is left. The 915 offers intelligent light sync RGB technology which enables fully customizable lighting across 16.8 million colours. Conveniently, at the top of the keyboard to the left, we find 4 buttons. We've got Bluetooth, we've got receiver mode. So you can either use this keyboard with the USB receiver, or you can use it via Bluetooth. This means that you can connect the keyboard to 2 devices. I have a Windows PC and also have a Mac, so I connect the keyboard to my Mac Bluetooth, and I connect this receiver to my Windows laptop. So if I want to switch my keyboard to my Windows PC, I just press this button here, and then the keyboard is connected to my PC, and if I want to switch back to my Mac, I just press the Bluetooth button. I think this feature is really cool if you've got, say, more than one computer. That's a really cool feature. You also find there's also a brightness button here to change the brightness. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 different presets of brightness, but if you wanted to go into more in-depth in brightness, obviously you can customize the brightness further through the app. In terms of battery, depending on your use and what brightness the keyboard is set to, expect to average around 40 hours of use. I found this to be sometimes less, sometimes more. I usually have the keyboard brightness at maximum. This is the slightly outdated model, which features micro USB charging. However, the newer model has USB-C charging. The keyboard charges from 0 to 100% in under 4 hours, and you can also charge the keyboard whilst using it, kind of like using a wired keyboard in that sense. When it comes to using the keyboard, my experience has been fantastic. Mechanical keyboards are usually designed for gamers. In fact, I don't use this keyboard for gaming, but I just love the feel and sound of mechanical keyboards. I'm more of a console gamer. I don't really game much on Windows or my Mac. So I use this keyboard primarily for video editing and other kind of normal use like web browsing, watching YouTube, and writing emails. I have used it once for gaming, which is probably what this keyboard is mostly aimed to. Being a mechanical keyboard, my only complaint is the keys are quite loud. If you want your keyboard to be quiet, then I wouldn't recommend getting this keyboard. There are probably quieter alternative keyboards, and if mechanical isn't really a thing. If you want a really quiet keyboard, then I definitely wouldn't recommend a mechanical gaming keyboard to begin with. Each key has a decent amount of travel, as I mentioned before. The keys feel really responsive. I've had this keyboard for about 8 months, and it feels just as the same as when it did brand new, which is excellent. The keycaps are responsive, and I haven't experienced any fade on any of the keys. All the logos on the keys are still just as how it looked when I got it brand new. In terms of kind of any complaints I can think of, like I said, the keycaps are slightly noisy, but that is expected for a mechanical keyboard. I'm just going to do a little typing. This is typically what the mechanical keyboards sound like. I can type really quickly on this for sending emails, and obviously if you want to game, then it's perfect, you know what I mean? It's not like the smallest keyboard or the largest keyboard. I would say it's like a medium-sized keyboard, so it will look great on the desk. And obviously another thing I haven't mentioned is on the rear you've got these 2 little stands. If you want to put your keyboard up on a slant like so, you can do so. I never use the keyboard in this kind of configuration, but it's there if you want to use it, if you prefer your keyboard to be, up on a little slant like that. On the back you'll see there are some rubber pads to keep the keyboard stable. In terms of connectivity, I've had no problems, and like I said, you've got the USB piece to connect if you want to connect via the adapter, or you can connect via Bluetooth. One thing to note, when I bought this keyboard I was using a Windows PC, however I recently upgraded to a new Mac, which this keyboard is not designed for. You can use this for a Mac. Bear in mind, none of the function buttons, the top row of buttons here, none of the function buttons will work. The Windows key is Option and the Alt button is then Command. But if you're happy to live with those sacrifices, instead of spending another, £90 to £100 on a Mac keyboard, then that's fine. I use this keyboard, even though it's designed for Windows, for Mac, because I just love the keyboard so much, If they made a Mac version of this keyboard, that would be excellent. Lastly, we come to price. As the Logitech G915 is a high quality premium keyboard, it comes at a premium price, which is what we expect. It's available through Logitech for £130. Or about £150 on Amazon, depending on which model you get. If you decide to get the model with the extra number pad, which is the slightly bigger version, that should be slightly more expensive. Obviously there are loads of other competition about. You've got the likes of Corsair, Asus, ROG and Razer. I got the Logitech as I already had a few Logitech products, and I thought, that will make having, you know, all Logitech products will make my setup look kind of cool and clean. With the likes of Corsair, SteelSeries, HyperX and Razer, and even Logitech making some excellent gaming keyboards, there is lots of competition. Definitely check out Corsair, HyperX, Logitech, Razer and SteelSeries for their gaming keyboards. Final verdict. The Logitech 915 TKL is an excellent all-round mechanical gaming keyboard. With an excellent build quality with steel base and some excellent tactile mechanical keys, the 915 is my favourite all-time keyboard. It features customisable RGB through the app. It's got excellent mechanical keys with travel that you can use for gaming, and not just gaming but everyday use like video editing, sending emails, and it just looks fantastic on your desk when it's next to your other peripherals. That sums up my full in-depth review, and I'll see you in the next one.